I still remember the day Alex walked into my high school classroom. It was one of those slow, boring Mondays, and then suddenly, there he was. New kid, charming smile, and eyes that seemed to find mine across the room. It felt like a scene from a movie. We started talking, and it was instant. We just clicked. We spent the rest of high school joined at the hip, navigating teenage awkwardness, first dates, and dreaming about the future. Our future. When it came time for college, we both got into the same university. It felt like the universe was on our side, paving this perfect path for us. He wasn't just my boyfriend. He was my best friend, my confidant, my other half. He integrated into my family so seamlessly. My dad loved talking sports with him, and my little brother looked up to him like a hero. But his bond with my mom, that was something special. She adored him. She'd always say, "He's the son I never had," and ruffle his hair. They had inside jokes I wasn't even a part of. She'd bake his favorite cookies, and he'd help her with her garden. I thought it was sweet, this incredible bond they shared. It made my heart swell to see the two people I loved most in the world get along so well. I felt like the luckiest girl alive, surrounded by so much love. I was so proud of the life we were building, the family we were becoming. It was perfect, or so I thought. The day my world shattered started like any other Tuesday. I had a late afternoon class, but it got canceled last minute. I was excited. I figured I'd go home early, surprise Alex and my mom. Maybe we could all have an early dinner. I remember walking up the driveway, noticing Alex's car was there, which was a little odd for that time of day. I didn't think much of it, just figured he'd come over to hang out with my mom while I was in class like he often did. I let myself in quietly, wanting to make my surprise entrance. The house was strangely silent. No TV, no music. I called out, "Mom?" "Alex, I'm home early," but there was no answer. I dropped my bag by the door and walked towards the living room. That's when I heard it. A quiet laugh from upstairs, from the direction of my parents' bedroom. It was my mom's laugh, and then a lower voice. Alex's voice, a knot of confusion tightened in my stomach. Why would they be in my parents' bedroom? I started up the stairs, my steps feeling heavy, a strange sense of dread washing over me. The bedroom door was slightly ajar. I pushed it open, my heart pounding in my ears, and then I saw them. The image is burned into my mind forever. It's a snapshot of pure horror that plays on a loop in my nightmares. My boyfriend and my mother, together, not just talking, not just laughing. It was intimate. It was a betrayal so deep, so unthinkable. It felt like the floor had just dropped out from under me. For a second, my brain couldn't process it. It was like watching a scene from a twisted movie, not my own life. They hadn't seen me yet. I just stood there, frozen in the doorway, my breath caught in my throat. Then my mom looked up, and her eyes met mine. The look on her face wasn't guilt or shame, not at first. It was shock, like a deer caught in headlights. Alex turned, and his face went pale. The world went silent. Then all I could hear was a roaring in my ears. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just turned and ran. I stumbled down the stairs, grabbed my keys, and fled. I drove without any destination, tears finally streaming down my face, blurring the road. I was gasping for air, a pain so sharp in my chest I thought I was having a heart attack. The two people I trusted most in the world had just ripped my heart out. I ended up at a friend's house, a mess of tears and incoherent sobs. I couldn't even form the words to explain what happened. It was too monstrous, too surreal. Breaking up with Alex was a formality. I sent him a single text. "It's over. Never contact me again." He tried to call, to text, to explain. But what was there to explain? His messages were a blur of, "It is not what you think, and I can explain." How could he possibly explain that? The real heartbreak, the one that felt like it would never heal, was with my mother. How do you confront your own mother about something like this? I went back home a few days later, only to pack a bag. She tried to talk to me, her eyes red and swollen. She said she was sorry, that it was a mistake, a terrible, terrible mistake, but her words felt hollow. They were just noise against the deafening roar of her betrayal. I looked at the woman who raised me, who I had loved and admired, and I didn't recognize her. I told her I needed space, but what I really meant was that I didn't know if I could ever look at her again without seeing that image. I moved out. I found a small apartment near campus and threw myself into my studies. It was my only escape. For months, I was a ghost. I went to class, I went to work, and I went home. I avoided my family. I avoided our mutual friends. I was drowning in a sea of questions. How long had this been going on? How could they do this to me? Was any of it real? Our entire relationship, my entire family dynamic, suddenly felt like a lie. Every happy memory was now tainted, a cruel joke played at my expense. The path to healing has been long and incredibly difficult. It wasn't a straight line. There were days I couldn't get out of bed, overwhelmed by the weight of the betrayal. There were days I was filled with a white-hot rage that scared me. I started seeing a therapist, which was one of the best decisions I ever made. Talking about it, getting it all out in a safe space, helped me to start untangling the knots of pain and confusion. I learned that you can't control other people's actions. You can only control your reaction. I learned that trust, once broken so completely, is almost impossible to rebuild. My relationship with my mother is complicated. We talk now, but it's strained. The warmth is gone. It's like we're strangers making small talk. I don't know if that will ever change. As for Alex, I never spoke to him again. He was a ghost from a past life, a lesson I had to learn in the harshest way possible. This experience, as devastating as it was, taught me about my own strength. I learned that I could survive the unthinkable. I learned to be more guarded with my heart, but not to close it off completely. I learned the immense value of true friendship and the importance of relying on myself. I am not the same naive girl I was. I am scarred, yes, but I am also stronger, wiser, and more resilient than I ever thought possible. My story is one of profound heartbreak, but it's also a story of survival and rediscovering my own worth. Thank you for listening to my story. If you've ever been through a major betrayal, know that you are not alone and healing is possible. It takes time, but you can get through it. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories. Thanks for watching.